Hello everyone, I am Erika of beadingschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly open workshop to make sure that every beader all around the world has company. Today we are going to bead the REEF BLOOM DEEP motif, which has started out from Zuzi's REEF BLOOM motif with the middle part. And then I was playing with it and during a live design session to extend it into a different kind of jewel. But before we would start, please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me well. I see Tammy, Vicky, Lindsay, Lita. I really like it, ladies, that you are chatting, and most of the time we are chatting before the video. It's so fun to connect already before. Antoinette and Anita are also saying hi, and Tammy says that all is good. Lita also confirms. So lovely, ladies. It is REEF BLOOM DEEP today, and you can already download the PDF tutorial from noonehastobedalone.com or from beadingschool.com and then navigating to the No One Has to Bead Alone part in the main menu. So lovely, ladies. What is going to happen today and what has been happening during this week? We are slowly finishing, I don't want to believe it, but we are slowly finishing the Coral Garden Beading School Academy theme box. It was another chapter of exploration of a theme that is connected to water. After the lakeside poetry, after the collection dedicated to Earth Day, we were inspired by the underwater world, and I invited you to leave behind the fear, or despite the fear, take the leap and start exploring, because there are so many beautiful colors on our bead mat and beyond when we dare to get out of our comfort zones. And Antoinette says that in the US it's a great 4th of July weather, and lovelies indeed, enjoy celebrating. Also, it was Canada Day, so also our Canadian beaders, I hope that you had lots of fun. And everyone, I hope that you are safe during the heat wave. It is pretty crazy here in Amsterdam and all around Europe. So lovely, ladies, make sure to download the tutorial. It will help you to follow the video, and also you can save it to your computer, you can print it, whatever feels good. And as always, you have two options. You can download the tutorial as a gift from me and Beading School by clicking the yellow button, or you can check out through the bead shop through the pink button and support No One Has to Bead Alone and Beading School. And while you are at the page, then please make sure to visit the Beading School blog, because we have just published a new article written by our dear Aniko. And Aniko has prepared a gift bead embroidery tutorial for you, using the beautiful gemstone cabochon, the Preciosa bezel chain, and some other components from the Coral Garden Beading School Academy theme box. By the way, ladies, if you were thinking about getting another Coral Garden Beading School Academy theme box, then according to my information from the Treasury, we have the two very last Coral Garden Beading School Academy theme boxes available. So do not hesitate. These were incredibly popular. So if you would like to have a Coral Garden Beading School Academy theme box for the original price, then this is your last chance. And have you checked out, by the way, 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 article? Which of her ideas did you like the most? She also published some more on social media. She is really inspired by the Preciosa bezel chains. I will also share the link to those because they are amazing and sparkly and completely new and super nice quality. So she has just posted some more ideas for the Preciosa bezel chains, some very easy and quick ones that are fit for the summer. I think I will also make some of those. So which of 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 ideas did you like the most? My favorite is the one where she used the cup chain endings and then she made this asymmetrical, cute earrings from the cup chains. I think they are super elegant, but also very, very fun. Let me know which of 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 ideas did you like the most. I'm curious. And in the meantime, while I am waiting for your answers, I would like to check my material and also invite you to check the material on your bead mat to make sure that you have everything what you need for the REEF BLOOM DEEP motif. So first of all, as the focal, you will need a single piece of 7mm SS34 Preciosa Chaton rose. Then you will also need 4 pieces of 4mm Preciosa Bicone beads. You will also need 8 pieces of 3mm Preciosa Bicone beads. You will need 1 or 2 colors of 3mm fire polished beads, depending on if you would like to make the look more or less unified. You will need 4 + 8 pieces. You need 4 pieces of true to fire polished beads. You need 4 Navettes in the size 5 × 10mm. 4 pieces of 4mm fire polished beads, 8 pieces of teacups, 4 Miyuki twist bugle beads, and then, well, several colors of size 15 Miyuki seed beads. I used as many as 3 colors, and then 1 color of Miyuki Delica seed beads in the size 11. So quite a lot. Make sure, please, that you have everything, and let me know if you have any questions about the material. Linda says that she likes 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 jewel, also the one that I like very much, the asymmetrical one. I think it's such a nice idea. Also how 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 used the bezel chain as a necklace string. I think it's wonderful. So ladies, this is the earring that I have beaded, and I already have a complete pair. And I will now make a third one. Please let me know if you can see my bead mat. I made the switch to my hand camera in the meantime. And Sharon is here again. So good to see you. So lovely, ladies. Oh, I skipped. Unfortunately, we also need 8 pieces of horizontal cradle beads. Please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me well, if the bead mat is showing up okay-ish. I'm trying to place the camera in a good distance from the bead mat to make sure that everything is nice and sharp. I'm using the new program, and unfortunately it's not possible to zoom in this one, and I need to actually place the camera further or closer to the bead mat and then find that what works the best. But I think that now the beads show up sharp, and I hope that it stays that way. Okay, Linda says that she can hear me and see me. Then let's get started. So we will start by picking up 4 pieces of 3mm fire polished beads. And then I bead through all the beads one more time to join them into a circle. I bead through the first one for a third time, and then I add Miyuki Delica size 11 beads between the fire polished beads. So I have just beaded a right angle weave square where the sides of the square are the fire polished beads and the corners are the Miyuki Delicas. I love these easy beginnings already. Like, it does not have to be complicated, but these easy beginnings also can imply lots of possibilities for expanding the motif. So after adding those Miyuki Delicas on the corners, I bead until exiting the second Miyuki Delica that I have added, to make sure that thread tension is distributed well. This is how it looks like after the first step. In the second step, I'm adding more seed beads and some true to fire polished beads. By the way, ladies, stay tuned, because I told you earlier that the production of true to beads became somewhat complicated in the Czech Republic, but Andrea managed to secure and restock some new colors, so keep an eye out on them on Tuesday, because hopefully we can add some of those to the bead shop already. This was not an easy job to make it happen. Anyway, exiting a Miyuki Delica, I pick up 2 pieces of round 15 seed beads, another Miyuki Delica, a true to Miyuki Delica, and then 2 more size 15s. So I have these 6 seed beads on my needle with the true to in the middle, and I bead through the neighboring Miyuki Delica. I bead back through the very last size 15 that I have picked up. So a size 15 will always be part of 2 groups of beads. Now I pick up size 15 Delica true to, 1 more Delica and 2 more size 15s. And I bead through the next Miyuki Delica bead. So I'm always anchoring these arches that will hold the Chaton rose to a Miyuki Delica. I bead back through the last round 15 that I added. I repeat the same one more time. So I pick up a size 15, Miyuki Delica, through 2, Miyuki Delica, and 2 more size 15s. And I bead through the last Miyuki Delica that is not connected to an arch yet. I bead back through the last size 15 that I have added, and now I will connect the last and the first one to each other. I pick up a size 15, a Delica, a true 2, Delica, size 15, and I bead towards the first round 15 that I picked up towards the Miyuki Delica. I cross the Delica itself, and then I bead through 2 size 15s, Delica, true 2, and Delica bead. So I should be, you should finish this step by exiting a Delica after a true 2, while your thread is hanging towards size 15 beads. So this is kind of like a little nest with a right angle weave base, while there are this seed bead and true 2 arches over all the 3mm fire polished beads, and these arches will hold the Chaton rows in place. I can already pop it in. I love when I can pop in sparkly crystals. And I will use now a different color of size 15s, and I will be connecting the groups of Delica True 2 Delica while adding a size 15 in between. So I'm exiting a group of Delica True 2 Delica, I pick up a size 15, and then I bead through the next group of Delica True 2 size 15. And again, and again, and one more time, and then I repeat the whole thread path because I want to ensure that the Preciosa Chaton rose is held tightly in this cute little net of beads. So I bead one more time through the newly added size 15s and the groups of Delica True 2 Delica in between the new size 15s. And I want to finish by exiting a group of Delica True 2 Delica. Yay! This is it, and I think it's super cute. How is it going on your bead mats, dear ladies? Let me know, please. And now I'm going to add picos of this second color of size 15s. So in between the same groups of Delica True 2 Delica, I will be adding groups of 3 size 15s this time. the third one already. And then the fourth group. And then, after adding the fourth group, I repeat the thread path through the very first one. Plus, I bead through a Delica and a true to bead. So this is how it looks like. Super nice, vibrant colors. Then I repeat the thread path one more time while I skip the middle bead from the groups of 3 to ensure that these little cute picots on the corners are sharper and neater. So since with this, how I am skipping the middle bead, I pull together the first and the third size 15, then the one in the middle, the second one, it pops out somewhat. And it becomes, the corners become sharper. And Linda says that for her, Facebook starts a little bit later sometimes. And the reason is that sometimes my broadcasting program disconnects for some reason from Facebook. And then I have to restart it manually. And that's why sometimes there is a delay. Unfortunately, I apologize for it. So this is how it looks like. I managed to break my, like, why do I have like this misaligned bezel? But it seems that I accidentally managed to break a true two here. So I will not want to start anew, but I will try to add a true two. It will not be perfect, but let's see what's better. Adding the true two with the thread visible. I will not add the true two. There is no space. So please ignore that, ladies. Now, in the next step, we want to bead down until exiting a Miyuki Delica sitting in between the 3mm fire polished beads. It doesn't matter which one, but please bead until exiting a Miyuki Delica on the lower level of the bezel. And now we are going to expand the motif by a lot, because we are going to add the horizontal cradle bead. We will need 8 pieces of this. Make sure, please, that both holes of the horizontal cradles are empty nicely. Take a quick look at them. It sometimes happens that there is a shard of glass that stays in a hole of a seed bead, of a shaped bead. And when it's a two-hole shaped bead, then there is a chance that you discover it later, and that is a very nasty surprise. Hands up if it has ever happened to you. So now starts the part that is my improvisation from the live design. And what's happening is I'm exiting a Delica. I pick up a size 15 in the third color. I pick up 2 horizontal cradles and another size 15. And then I bead through the next Miyuki Delica sitting in between the fire polished beads. And again, and again, and again. All together 4 times. So there are 4 pairs of horizontal cradle beads added around the motif. Please let me know, ladies, if you are following along. I always like to hear how it's going, if you have questions, if there is a challenge. After adding the last pair of seed beads and in between the whole pair of horizontal cradles, I will repeat the whole thread path. I'm adding now big beads, and there is a tendency of the big beads to go floppy. So I need to make sure that this part is nice and sturdy. And Loretta has also joined us just now. Welcome, dear Loretta. Always so nice to see you. And Robin says that she's following along, but she had to take some stitches out, so now she's a little bit behind. And that happens with us beaders all the time, that sometimes we need to go back a little bit, we need to readjust, and we need to accept that it's going a little bit slower than usually, especially if you also are going through a heat wave like us here in Amsterdam. Then I don't wonder if you need to focus a bit more today. Trying to notice where I have double thread already. Here I do. So after repeating the whole thread path, I want to stop after crossing through the very first pair of horizontal cradles again. And Kristen also joined us. And let's see what's happening in the next step. In the next step, this will become a lot sturdier, as we will be adding 4mm Preciosa Bicone beads in between the inside holes, the first holes of the pairs of the cradles. So I'm exiting a cradle, I pick up a 4mm Preciosa Bicone, and I'm beading through the next pair of cradles. Then I pick up the next Preciosa Bicone in the 4mm size, and I bead through the next pair of cradles. And so on, and so on. This will make the whole motif a lot sturdier. Oh, and it's also very hot on Loretta's side, even if it's not. She says that it's not even noon yet. Take very good care of you, dear Loretta and everyone. So I've added the last 4mm Preciosa Bicone. I bead again through the pair of cradles. And then I turn to the opposite direction by beading through the outside hole of the second cradle bead from a pair. So this is how it looks like at the moment. My thread is hanging from an outside hole towards another cradle bead. This is going to be a fun step. We are adding lots of beads, including the navettes. By the way, I can say that besides the very big ones, these are your most favorite shape of size of navettes. So it's funny how you ladies like either the very big navettes or the very small navettes. And now I pick up, there will be two different groups of beads that I'm adding in this step. So please always make sure that you are adding the right one. So in between the cradle beads that are next to each other, I will add the combination of size 15 navette in a metal claw setting and another size 15. And in between the cradle beads, which belong to two different pairs, and where there is a Preciosa Bicone also in the gap, I add a combination of size 15, teacup, 4mm fire polished bead, another teacup, and another size 15. And then I bead through the outside hole of the this one doesn't have, oh yeah, it does have a hole. I got scared for a tiny bit, but it does have a hole. So the teacups should be arranged in a way that they are embracing the 4mm fire polished bead. Now comes again the group of size 15, navette, size 15, in between the cradles belonging to the same pair. Then we have the gap where we also have the bicone, and there we add size 15, teacup, 4mm fire polished bead, teacup, size 15. And we keep repeating this all around the motif. And hi Cindy and hi Tina. So again, size 15, navette, size 15, and then size 15, teacup, 4mm fire polished bead, teacup, and size 15. So how is it going, ladies? Please let me know. Also see from Caroline and Tina that it's hot where they live, but it's not unbearable. I'm happy about that. And Kristen says that she's beading the direction necklace while she's on vacation in Bonaire. That's one of the Dutch Caribbean islands, by the way. And Neeti also joined us. I'm adding now the last group with a Navette, and then the last group. I accidentally made a mistake with the teacup and the fire and in this last group. I need to frag a little bit. I'm sorry, like the heat is really making it hard for me to focus, and indeed I am making some mistakes. So I'm adding this last group, and then I will repeat the full thread pass, because again I was adding pretty big beads in this step. And as I said earlier, when we are adding big beads, then they also usually have bigger holes. So we need to fill the holes better to make sure that the construction is sturdy. And also the sheer weight of the beads make the whole motif more prone to being floppy. So we need to take some extra precautions to make sure that we have a nice, sturdy, strong motif. Tina says in the meantime, I love the colorways of the beads in this box. It's very chic and summery. The long green bugle beads are so perfect. And I'm so happy that you like them, dear Tina. This was really a love box when it came to also putting the beads together, to curating the box, but also when it came to beading from it, and I'm still creating from the box. So when I'm now repeating the thread path, then the thread is not yet entirely tight, because then I would not be able to bead around, and then I will pull it better once I finished beading all around. And I want to finish by beading through both holes of the first Navette cabochon that I have added. It's also very hot on Lita's side and also on Sharon's side. Take very good care of yourselves, ladies, and please have some compulsory ice cream. So this is how it looks like at the moment. And let's see what's happening in the next step. In the next step, we are adding some more sparklies. And I always love that. No matter if it's Bicone beads, cabochons, but I always love adding some extra sparkle. So starting out from the outside hole of a Navette cabochon, I pick up a 3mm Preciosa Bicone bead, a size 15 seed bead, then a 3mm fire polished bead, and a size 15 seed bead in another color. I bead through the whole group between the two horizontal cradles, so it means size 15, teacup, fire polished bead, teacup, size 15. Ooh, Lita had a lovely creamy cold coffee and a big thermal pitcher of ice water. Ah, that sounds amazing, dear Lita. By the way, I love the summer. No complaints about being warm, because actually it's so rare here in the Netherlands that we would have proper summery days. But in my new atelier, it's just unbearable. We are actually uniting with the other artists to place a complaint because we can't work here anymore. Most of the times I'm alternating between my studio and my home, in the kitchen at least, because I come here for material I need and then I go home with it, because my flat, even without AC, is more bearable than here. And Cindy says that there are wildfires in Colorado. I'm so sorry to hear. And I keep every finger crossed, and I really hope and keep you in my thoughts that it stops soon. It's devastating to see this news, how the climate change is affecting everyone, and especially these tragedies. Loretta likes the motif in the meantime. You know, ladies, what I like about this one is that because we are using so many big beads and even the cabochons in the metal claw settings, then it seems to grow very fast. And already in about half an hour, we made amazing progress. Look at it, how big the motif is already. It is a substantial one of the biggest ones that we have beaded during a No One Has to Bead Alone. And I have just added the last group of beads. So this is how it looks like. It is a tiny bit like a bowl, the motif, but not too much. And everyone is sending positive thoughts to Cindy. Judith says, so sorry your state is going through that. I will keep you and your state in my prayers. Love you ladies for being so empathic with each other. And now that I am exiting the Navette, I continue by beading through a Bicone and a size 15. I pick up two other size 15s, a Miyuki twist bead, and two more size 15s. And then on the other side, I bead through a size 15 and a Bicone bead. Now I add a little decoration over the Navette, and I will be alternating between these two steps. So exiting the Bicone, I pick up size 15, 4 Delica beads, and now comes a trick because I bead in the opposite direction through the outside hole of the Navette. And then I bead through size 15 and 2 of the Delica beads. And then here I add one of the yellow size 15s and I continue into 2 Delicas, Bicone, and size 15. And now I repeat that first step, or that previous step. So I pick up 2 size 15s, a twist, and 2 more size 15s. I bead through size 15 and Bicone. And then, again, that other step with the picot over the Navette. So it means size 15, 4 Delica beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more size 15. I bead in the opposite direction through the outside hole of the Navette. Then I repeat the thread path through size 15 and 2 Delica beads. I add a size 15 in an accenting color, and I bead through 2 Delicas, size 15, Bicone, size 15. Now comes again the part with 2 size 15s, twist, Miyuki twist bead, and 2 more size 15s. And I bead through size 15 and Bicone towards a Navette. Then I pick up size 15, 4 Delica beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more size 15, and I bead in the opposite direction through the outside hole of the Navette. I bead through size 15 and 2 Delicas. Here comes the size 15 in the accenting color, and I bead through the 2 Delicas, size 15, Bicone, size 15. Again, the fourth repetition of adding the group of 2 size 15s, twist, and 2 more size 15s. I bead through size 15 and Bicone. And the fourth final repetition of adding size 15, 4 Delica beads, size 15. Then I bead in the opposite direction towards me through the outside hole of the Navette. I repeat the thread path through size 15 and 2 Delicas. I pick up a size 15 in an accenting color, and I finish this off by beading through 2 Delicas, size 15, Bicone, size 15. Ladies, please let me know how is it going. This is how it should look like at the moment. And in the next step, we will repeat the thread path all around the edge to make it sturdy. And Molly says, "It looks so cute. Was this the live design?" Indeed it was, dear Molly. It was the live design. Oh, sorry, not exactly repeating, but I stop just before the bicone and I add 3 round 15ths over the 3mm bicone bead. Otherwise, I go through the beads, except this size 15 and the bicone. So after picking up the 3 size 15ths, I bead directly into the Delica beads. Next week, we will still have one has to be the long design, a new one. And also the signature jewel, the second signature jewel is coming. So there is still some super nice playtime coming with the Coral Garden Beading School Academy theme box. So lovely ladies, since this is actually the very last part of the REEF BLOOM DEEP design, please let me know if you have any questions about the design itself, about other stuff, like for example, the beautiful jewelry boxes that we have added to the Beading School page shop. And if you buy one of the big jewelry boxes before next week's Coffee Time with Erika, then all of the boxes will hide a little present, and one of them will hide €100 worth, that's about $120, €100 worth beading material. So that is a very abundant surprise if you will be the lucky beader receiving the box that is already fully packed. And besides that, I would also like to show you the Coral Garden Beading School art cabochons featuring jellyfishes, featuring starfishes, featuring shells. And ladies, I also happened to see a beautiful jewel today, which was made with one of the seahorse cabochons, and it was a bead embroidery piece by Agnes, the lovely lady whom I introduced to you on Tuesday during Coffee Time with Erika. So Agnes made a new jewel featuring the seahorse cabochon from the new collection, and she might be writing a tutorial. No promises yet, but we are trying to convince her. So let's see. And I have just finished beading my motif, and Linda says that she feels lucky. Cindy says, I ordered one of the jewelry boxes yesterday. They are beautiful. And also some of the cabochons. Thank you so much, Linda and Cindy. I hope that you also like the Preciosa bezel chains my favorite jewel with bezel chains is, well, this was made with cup chains back then, but you can make the same with bezel chains. It's this trapezoid art cabochon by Zuzi, where she hung all kinds of leftover crystal chains from Preciosa. I think it looks so nice. It was such a good idea, dear Zuzi. So lovely ladies, do you have any questions about the motif, about anything else? Linda asks, will there be a tutorial on the heart bead embroidery? Heart? Can I ask which one do you mean, Linda? I'm not sure. We have a tutorial with a heart-shaped beading school art cabochon, 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 my heart. Or do you mean something else? Oh, and Cindy says, this is a beautiful pendant, Erika, it's beautiful. I ordered some of the bezel chains too. Thank you so much, dear Cindy. I'm also very happy with this vibrant set of jewels. I added crystal connectors and I added the sparkly ear stud, so I already have a finished pair of earrings. Heart bead embroidery. The one I showed on Tuesday. So the one I am making, I might jot it down, but it's like not a terribly complicated jewel, so I do not specifically plan to make it into a tutorial, but let's see. So lovely ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please stay safe while celebrating. Stay safe while beading. And see you next week on Tuesdays, so we can have coffee together again. And on Tuesday, we will see the beautiful entries of the Coral Garden mini challenge of the Beading School Academy. Indeed, it was different. It was not a heart. It was a very simple one. I will try to write down at least the steps, dear Linda. I don't promise like a full tutorial, but let's see. I'm a bit behind with drawing, so I don't want to make promises for it. I will keep it on my mind that you would be interested. So ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. See you on Tuesday, and I can't wait to see your beautiful REEF BLOOM DEEPs in the Beading School Club on Facebook. Bye bye.